Israel is starting a new series, and in the first episode of the series, France goes communist. So I'll call this series Red France. Yeah, Red France. How will France go, Brad? You may be asking. Well, so since they want a war with their workers, their chances are happy, but don't want any more conflict, right? Because they just were in a war. And this is 19, let's say, 26, which, I mean, the map isn't up at that year. It's probably more like 1930. But they go to war with the French Empire. And well, that's not pretty good. France, if they lose it, well, they're in trouble. And so, French Indochina, French Levant, or French in Syria. Well, France starts sending its army to stop Brazil from invading and taking over all of French Guiana. And well, they're almost kicking France out of South America when the French troops arrive. Although Brazil has dominance over the seas and they send their navy in, basically a bunch of problems occur because, well, in a way, just sent ships into enemy water trying to make naval dominance, but you failed to make naval dominance. And well, they start to fail in their counter-offensive, which starts to cause mass desertion of the French army, which leads to Brazil taking it over and annexing it. This really enrages the French public. And well, there's one guy who promises to bring France back to its former glory. He's a communist, although I don't know his name. Yeah, exactly. I don't know his name. But this guy decides to, let's say, occupy the city of Bordeaux. Why Bordeaux? Because he can. And when he occupies the city of Bordeaux, an area, he literally starts an insurrection against France, which at first seems harmless to France. Like, what's the worst they could do? As they start to occupy French land. And they decide their goal is to take the city of Rennes from France. I'm probably pronouncing the city wrong. As they encircle the city and manage to take it. This encourages workers to join the rebellion. With workers in Marseille and, well, not this area and then up here, decide to form communes. Yep. With this not being that great, with the French government being proven incompetent, and the French leader decides to evacuate to Algiers. And well, this is not a good situation to find yourself in if you're a country. Especially if you're an empire, you don't want to find yourself in this kind of situation. Yeah, I would say at this point, the idea to end the empire in mainland France becomes very popular, but there's some people who don't want it to be red. And as this is going on, Turkey takes this great opportunity they have right now, and they decide to invade French Syria. Oh wait, French Syria also occupies a bit of their territory that I forgot about when making this map. And well, as you can guess, this goes really bad for France. With France trying to hold this back, which their goal is to stop it, they send forces in now, but their forces fail to stop the Turkish advance. And then they take the coast, and a bunch of troops, like 30,000 French troops, were encircled, which only encourages the workers as this territory is annexed. Which really only encourages them to continue. Well, I don't think there's any hope for France, as Paris becomes a commune. Yes, the Paris Commune is back, and this is probably the end of 1928. Yes, we're at the end of 1928, and the Paris Commune has just returned. Yeah, I think it's about there, maybe. I might be wrong. And then there's the Normandy Commune. Yes, Normandy has went communist. Yes, Normandy has went communist. And Paris. Yes, this isn't good for mainland France. With the imperial forces starting to move, like the main parts of the country, like highly people in high class escape to Algeria. Yeah, everybody wants to go to Algeria now. As France is becoming even more communist as the days go on, this isn't doing so well. With Germany attempting to take the Rhine, but being stopped by British forces, which decided to occupy the land going through France. Yeah, their forces occupied it. So Britain owns the Rhine. Although the Saarland becomes the Saarland commune. Yes, we got the Saarland commune. Yes, I'm just turning everything into communism. Honestly, maybe this will be the first time communism ever worked in an alternate history. But guess what? Indochina decides to declare the independent Indochinese Republic. And well, Madagascar just leaves. There's no way that France can stop them. Yeah. And well, the Commune of France just starts taking over its country. Some would probably not last that long, but some would. And the thing is, this is in the 1920s. Germany still hasn't gone nationalistic. And would they still go nationalistic in this situation? As 1929 comes, the French commune has been declared, although they don't include the colonies, which some, like the Central African one, yeah, with like Central African Republic, Chad, that area modern day, and Cameroon in this area, decides they want out. And as 1930 has been coming in, well, France has surrendered. And now we got French communism. Yes, the ideology is French communism. Very unique, I know, French communism being its ideology. Very unique. Now, let's African colony starts a rebellion. They don't know if they'll have success or not. But as their rebellion starts, they start to seek success. As the French forces are just arriving, and they're very demoralized from the loss, and there's not many forces here, and well, France fails to push them back. But they do prevent them from reaching the coastline as they push them back away. As this becomes a front line, eventually a stalemate, and France fails to push them back, worrying they can get strong enough to push France back, they decide for a peace has to become communist. You need to give the workers, well, complete control over the economy. So they seize the factories and stuff from corporations. But mostly it was easy as most of the people had fled France. But with France having become communist, they lost their colonies, and now their colonies are France, Free France, basically, the Republic of France. The Commune of France actually owns France. And now their goals in the future probably include expanding the ideology, probably would ally with the Soviets have already formed, and probably when the Germans started having problems, as the Great Depression has begun, will probably try to get communism support within the German people, which is their goal, to create communism everywhere. They just want allies. Then they can take over the world order and topple the world order. I guess that's their goal. But there's a few things that would also be questioned. Will this independent country survive, or will somebody try to occupy them? And this series also raises a few questions, I guess. Well, the Chinese Civil War is about to happen. Turkey has expanded in this series. Bulgaria is still angry that they lost land. Germany is still angry, probably. Poland is just, yeah. I don't think I even close to got Poland's borders right. But that's besides the point. At least I kind of got Germany's, right? And I got, like, at least a bunch right. I probably got a few wrong, but it's not that bad. Bad math. Well, let's see what Germany ends up doing. Let's see what happens to Germany in the next episode. As with the Red France series. Wait, should I call it Red France or should I say. Yeah, maybe I should call it Red France. Or should I call it Red World? No, I think commune. Communes. No, I got the idea. I'm gonna still call it Red France. And well, in the next episode, we will start heading into the future more. Well, it's not the future, it's past. We'll start heading to probably about World War II's beginning, or maybe into World War II. But in World War II, it'll probably be most likely France, which also wants peace. But that's besides the point right now. Also would probably align with Russia, which means Russia, unless Germany turns red, the Soviet Union probably won't align with Germany, which means if Germany goes nationalistic, they'll be isolated on the world stage. Italy will probably still go nationalistic. I don't think it really matters. And maybe Yugoslavia will become communist faster. Instead of being invaded by, let's say, far right ideologies, they'll be invaded by far left ideologies like communism. And maybe Turkey will try to reform the Ottoman Empire in this series. And maybe Japan will still try it. Japan's going to invade China in the next episode. There's no preventing it. And well, America probably would not go communism no matter what. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!